Stop recording video button.
Stop recording video. All right. That's my voiceover program. It's Apple's screen reader for the blind, telling me to stop recording the video, and that means that I'm actually already recording what's in front of me. And that is my chair, my empty chair, because I'm here behind the camera. Duh. Pretending to be the blind photographer, or and what you see is my chair. If you're blind, that's my chair. And in the back, on the background, on the wall, is my white sequence silver sparkle tapestry. It's a tapestry that I purchased from Amazon. Again, it's white with, you know, sequence silver sparkles. And my phone is mounted on a tripod on the table, on landscape mode, horizontal. The screen is facing me, and the camera is on my top left. So when I go and sit over here on my chair, hoping that I'm actually looking at the camera is gonna be on my right, okay? And I'm pointing with my right hand, you guys. How do I make sure that I'm actually looking at the camera and I'm not just looking up, down, left and right, and, you know, kind of having all those blind mannerisms? Well, I only have light perception. I don't even see shadows anymore, so I would never know. I will know when I recover my sight and I get rid of this RP. I will be able, you know, to go back and look and watch my video, and then find out that I'm actually looking at the camera. For now, I don't know. But what I do, let me tell you what I do to kind of focus my eyesight towards the camera. I extend my hands. I'm extending my hands, you guys, like a zombie, okay? And I find each side of my, and you know, my neighbors are making noise. So I'm gonna leave that on my video just for the purpose of my video, so you guys can pay attention to that, okay? So I extend my hands and then try to find each extreme, you know, side of the phone, which is again set up on my tripod on landscape mode, okay, horizontal. And then I focus my eyes on the camera, which now is gonna be on my right side. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually kind of sitting on my table. I get up a little bit, find my phone each side, and then focus on my right side, my right hand, because the camera now is on the right side, okay? I'm using my left hand, you guys, kind of putting my hand in front of pointing with my fingers in front of my nose. And I go towards the camera, okay? And kind of mentally pay attention to that. And then go back to my chair, hoping that I'm actually looking at the camera. But, you know, that's just my strategy. I don't know. All right? So, having said that, hi, Anna here, sharing with you how I do videos at home, how I, you know, videotape my videos for my blind, my blind YouTube channel. Yeah, that's what it is. Sharing from Anna's world. A few weeks ago, I shared with you how I videotape out, you know, out on the street using my iPhone. And I know a lot of my blind subscribers from other countries, Spanish speakers, have been asking me to share how I do my videos at home, and this is how I do it. I already shared with you several of the steps that I follow. I use my iPhone, okay, the voiceover program, which is my boyfriend, my second boyfriend. My first one is Joss. Can't live without him. To know that I'm actually recording. And then I use a tripod that I purchased from Apple. It's a tripod, one of those small tripods that has flexible legs. And when I say flexible, each leg is formed by these little kind of sections that can, you know, they're flexible, okay? And I set it up on my table. And for those who have never seen a tripod, just picture like my 3 fingers. I'm using my 3 fingers. I know most people know what a tripod is, but believe me, there is people that they've never seen a tripod. So imagine your 3 fingers, the index, middle, and ring finger, and I'm kind of standing those on the table, okay? Well, I'm gonna use my hand because you can't really see my table on my hand, okay? And then you can open up the 3 fingers, so you can close them, and on the top of where the fingers meet, there is a mount where you can actually, you know, you just mount your phone either on horizontal or vertical, and it has a little knob that where you can use to tight, you know, the phone, either again vertical or horizontal, okay? I was always told since the beginning, but whoever helped me do my videos since the beginning, to use the landscape mode if you want to show more of the you know, environment. So that's what I always do. That's what I have always done, and that's what I'm doing right now. My phone is mounted on my tripod, okay? And you know, I have my chair over here. I always kind of use this chair, And again, I purchased several tapestries from Amazon. I was using a rose gold because my whole hair was pink, and now right now I have, you know, kind of rose gold highlights, but my hair was all pink, so I had a rose gold tapestry that I had in the back. But people, you know, I asked like about my lighting. They told me it seems like your tapestry kind of makes your video look a little darker, and I'll tell you why. Also has to do with the setup, you know, the setting or the place where I'm doing my videos. So I purchased this white one, and it seems like it makes it look brighter, okay, which, you know, maybe that's what you want for your video most of the time, depending on, well, it depends really on what kind of video you're going to be doing. I did a video about my RP in the night blindness in Mexico, and my video is pretty dark because it was a night, and I just used the moonlight, and people were saying like, oh, you don't know that your video's dark because you're blind. And I said, no, I did it in this setting, in this environment at this time, because for a purpose, for my video, okay? So it also depends, but for most of your videos, you know, you want people to be able to see it. So now, how do I know that I'm actually centered? Or how do I know? Well, the first thing that I did, and I'm gonna kind of get up and see if I'm actually looking at the phone, and I'm not gonna cut this, I'm just gonna leave it like this so you guys know what I do for the purpose of my video, okay? So what I did, I asked someone, at the beginning I used to have someone who used to videotape, you know, videotape me whenever I did my videos. I used my iPhone 6, and then I purchased a Canon. I have a Canon with one of those, you know, big human size tripods, but it's not accessible. Even though the quality of the video is pretty good. And if I have someone who they do the video, I use my camera, my Canon, but for the most part, you know, it's been a while that I do my videos myself. They're not perfect, of course. They're not going to be perfect, but I enjoy doing them and videotaping myself because for me, I use my iMovie, I use my YouTube, I do my trimming, and I do everything, the music, the whatever, you know, I do in my videos, I do it myself. And the iPhone gives me has that accessibility and gives me that freedom to actually do whatever I want. Because whenever you have someone helping you, I mean, that would be great. It would be, you know, things get done faster, but if you have someone who know how to do, you know, they know how to do it. Otherwise, for me, I like to do it myself, choose what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna say, and I'm just here doing the video myself. When I have someone, it's like I get a little anxious. So I used to get anxious, and you know, what I did, I started asking, okay, when I, you know, learn how to take a video, start taking little clips, and that's what I did. So as, you know, whoever, friends, people, family members, if they're willing to, you know, help you, to tell you how your videos look like, whenever, check my video out on the street. I give tips on how to use your hand in different positions. But for home, what I did, I asked someone, okay, this is the spot that I want to use to do my videos, okay? I want you to help me set up a tapestry, my chair, and my tripod on the table in a way where you're gonna be able to see me center, okay, and that you can actually see my head. That when I set up my phone on a landscape mode, you're gonna be able to see my head, okay. And I'm putting my hand, you guys, on top of my head. So when I ask them to help me set up, and then every time I do a video, I call the Be My Eyes people or someone. I put my hand on top of my head and I say, can you see my hand? Okay, am I cutting my head? And hopefully this is the case right now. And they say, yeah, I can see your hand. So that way I know that you can actually, you know, I'm not cutting up my hand. And then I also ask, can you see my, you know, how far on my chest can you see? Right now you can't see my table, it's a glass table, but you can see my chest over here. And what I also do, I extend my hands. I'm extending my hands, you guys, from, you know, on each side. And I always ask, tell me if you can see. And right now I feel like I'm not looking at the camera with my tiny RP eyes because the lights bother me, you guys, since, you know, I have light perception. For those who have RP, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So what I ask about my hands, tell me if you can see, how far can you see my hands. If the people from Me By Eyes tell me that they can only see one of my arms all the way to my elbow, and the other one they see all my hand all the way to the tip, you know, my tip of my fingers, it's because whoever helped me set up my tripod lied to me, because people lie to us all the time. I don't know. So so I'm always make sure, tell me if you can see up all the way to my wrist, and, you know, hoping that they they're beautiful people from the Be My Eyes application. I love those volunteers. I don't know what I would do without them, but that's what I do. So now how do I make sure that my tripod is not doesn't move after they help me? So what I did at the beginning, I actually put tape, 3 little pieces of tape, and then I would just place my tripod. I'm so visual, you guys, that I'm using my hand to describe and doing this on the table. I would just set up the 3 legs of my tripod on each tape. But whenever I was setting up, mounting my phone on the tripod, and kind of making sure that it was in position, I would actually push down the legs, because the legs of my tripod are flexible. And that was an issue, because then I felt like, oh my gosh, I think I pushed it down. I don't know if you can also actually now see my whole head, blah blah blah, and I'm not only showing my breast. So what my friend Janie did, she goes, why don't we put tape? Not only place tape on the table, but let's make sure that each leg is taped to the table. So that's what I do, you guys. That's how I have my tripod. Doesn't move when I set up my iPhone on there, and then from there I actually set it up, called Be My Eyes. From there I come and sit, and I ask them, do you see me? Then I close Be My Eyes, the Be My Eyes application, and then I open up the camera. And now with the new iOS update, which is making me crazy, you guys, because it ruined my ability of the trimming abilities as a blind person, oh my gosh, user. That's horrible. Anyway, that's another story. But the new update that helps focusing with the camera, it's amazing. I love it, because except for when you hear my voiceover when I started recording, that's the only time that you hear the voiceover program. Now you don't hear it. It actually helps us focus the camera. And whenever the camera is inclined to the left or to the right, it'll tell you tilt to the left, tilt to the right. Or when we kind of get the focus of the camera, or it's level, you'll hear level, which is great. And now the voiceover program doesn't get in the way, because it used to be an issue for me having my voiceovers over saying one face, 2 faces, 3 faces. So now we don't have that issue, right? The only thing we have to do is when we videotape ourselves, you're gonna hear the voiceover program. Sometimes I turn off the voiceover program, or that's what I was doing, and using the volume button to record. But there were times when I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So right now it's great. All we have to do is stream the beginning, the end of the video, get rid of when you're sitting, finding your chair when you're getting up, and let me make sure that I'm actually looking at the camera. So that's the problem. Right? But for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna trim my video. I'm not gonna edit, so you can see everything. Now the lighting is critical. People have told me that several YouTubers in, I don't know, Mexico and other places, they don't have much lighting, and they can also only see that they have one light on the side. Lighting is critical. Now for me as an RPP person, RP YouTuber, the light, I'm very sensitive to light, so I have light on my left, I have a light on my right. I'm looking up, I have a light over here, up on the ceiling, and straight ahead I have a small ring light, one of those bright ring lights, and that's bothering my eyes. But I have that, and I actually purchased the ring light, the one for $200. Oh my gosh, I ruined that. I actually used it, left the cable thing on the carpet, and I used my vacuum and I ruined it. And there was my $200, my over $200. But I have a window on the right hand side, okay? And the problem is that my neighbors on the other side, they have the the biggest tree ever. So that blocks, the lighting that comes over here. So that's why I purchased a ring light. And the lighting is critical, or so for sighted people. For us, I guess it doesn't matter, but our videos are not only for the blind. I mean, my videos are for everyone, for anyone who wants to watch it. Even though I talk about the blindness all the time, and my blind subscribers have questioned, like, how come you only do videos for blind people, blah blah blah. Well, that's from Anna's world. And yeah, what about finding a place where, you know, it's not noisy? Yeah, it's also important for that time. Right now it's getting late over here. It's after 6 p.m. So I don't know. My neighbors are making noise, as you can hear. So that's also something that you want to keep in mind. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do now for our makeup and our hair, and see, you know, make sure that we look okay. I actually called the people from Be My Eyes, and I did call right now, but a guy answered, and he was really kind of nice but a little serious. And I wanted to ask about my hair and my makeup, but I felt a little shy, so I only asked if I was center. And because when I got up to disconnect the call, I hear a lady, you know, I don't know if it was the wife, she go like, who's that? So I go like, oh my gosh. And I was a little embarrassed. So hoping that my makeup, I usually call the, you know, someone through FaceTime, but I usually call the Be My Eyes, and I get the phone, you know, like set up, and so I get close to the camera like I'm doing right now. I ask about my mascara. Hopefully I don't have mascara all over. I just apply a little bit of makeup, not a lot. I have this burgundy lipstick. I have silver circle long earrings, and I have my hair I didn't really do my hair, it's just right here on my right ear. It's just behind my ear, and it's over here on the front, on the other side. I have a black spaghetti strap dress. It's black with little silver kind of designs. And I have this on my index finger on my right hand. I have this big ring. It's a flower, black. I think it has silver in the middle. And my nails are very long, you guys. They're my nails. They're not acrylic. They're on the almond shape. And I kind of maintain my nails very long, you know, with the how do you call that? Okay, oh my gosh, gel style. Okay, almond shape, very pointy. And they're black for the Halloween purpose of this month, Halloween month. They're black on ombre style, ombre, O-M-B-R-E. They're black from the tip, and they start fading into a clear color. And then on the black, on the you know, on the tips of the nail, the tip of the nail, they're silver sparkles. So I love the ombre style. I just had the vibrant pink on silver with silver sparkles, and it was ombre style. I love that because when your nail starts growing, you know, it's clear on the top. Yeah, so yeah. And so I don't know, I try to match my clothes, but sometimes I ask people that to read my eyes, or I call someone on FaceTime. But sometimes, you know, when you get mails to read my eyes, it's a little embarrassing. But hoping that I'm looking okay. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. So hope you find tips here, and for my subscribers that are sighted and ask me how do I do my videos, and that you're thinking about doing videos yourself about makeup. And maybe this can give you ideas. This, you know, this is gonna be easier for you because you should be able to you know, see yourself, and not, you know, going through all these, you know, steps that we as blind YouTubers have to. But anyway, yeah, any comments are welcome, and I'll go ahead and someone from Argentina asked me if I can do a video on how to videotape out on the street using my cane, you know, my cane and not my guide dog. I'm gonna go ahead and share. It takes a skill to do that, especially when you're crossing the street, but I have done it, and I have tips about, you know, how to do it with my chest mount and my other devices that you can use to make it easier if you don't have a guide dog, because it is easier to videotape when you have a guide dog and not just your cane. Alrighty, okay, hope you find my video helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye you guys, bye. And I'm going to get up to actually stop the recording, and I'm gonna leave this in my video so you can see how I do it. Alrighty, I'll see ya. Adeu, adios.